What is going on, Raider Nation? It's JT coming at you with another episode of the Raider Cast, your podcast for everything silver and black. Well, I mean, at this point, I'm not surprised. I said in my prediction that I predicted the Raiders to win 20-14. I could also see them losing 20-14. Now, they didn't lose 20-14. However, they did lose. This whole week, my friends were like, oh, the Raiders aren't going to lose. The Colts are bad. They have Jeff Saturday. I'm like, no, we're losing. Absolutely. Absolutely losing. Are you kidding me? This team sucks. There's nothing to this team. There's very few players on this team that are even worth keeping for next year, and that's like maybe like 10 players total. Maybe. I mean, you all know who they are. I mean, Max Crosby played great today. Devontae Adams had himself a day. Josh Jacobs had himself a day. Some of the rookies look good. Sam Webb looks solid. Rocky Sin has been good. Yeah. There's not much really to say. It's just, this was going to happen. Carr's absolutely not to blame, but he didn't exactly help us win. Once again, this is the 6th time this season that we've had the ball last, and we can't even get 3 wins out of that. We lose every single time. Win or tie 6 different times, and we lose. The defense has been bad. I am not saying the defense is good. They are not a good defensive team at all. At all. But they also have made it winnable in a way. None of the games have been out of reach for the offense. I think that's what people will get misconstrued about what I tweet about, what I say. This offense is not it's a bad offense. This defense is a really bad defense. However, if we were to take into account what we were saying preseason, everyone was saying, the team was saying, this offense is supposed to be a top 10, maybe even top 5 unit with the additions we made, with Derek Carr at QB, with the O-line possibly being fixed. We should absolutely have a top 10 defense, top 10 offense, my apologies. And we don't. We have maybe a bottom 10 offense. Again, well, defense too, but bottom 10 offense. We suck. We absolutely suck. And this is not like 2-3 years ago under Paul Guenther, where it would be a 45-26 loss or something stupid like that, or 38-24. No, these are 25-20 losses, 27-20 losses, 30-29 losses, 24-19 losses, 29-23 loss in overtime because of the offensive fumble type of losses, 3 blown 17-point leads because in those games, we've scored a total of 12 points in the second half. Total. We've had a 0-point game on offense this season. Blown leads. We are just not a good offensive team. And we were built to be a good offensive team. We were not built to be a good defensive team. That's just how it is. You can't really build unless you just have insane pieces, insane rookies, players on, great contracts that are just playing out of their mind, and just elite coaching. You're never going to have elite both sides of the ball. You're going to have a really good side of the ball and a okay to maybe even bad side of the ball. The Chiefs have never really had an elite defense. When have they ever been in a conversation for a top 10 defense? They've had a top 3 offense throughout the entire time that Mahomes has been QB. And their defense does just enough to let them win. And our defense has done enough to have us win 6 different games this season, or at least tie. And sure, okay, let's discount the Cardinals and Titans game because we don't outright win those if we score. The Cardinals game was just a fluke fumble touchdown thing. Okay, let's take in Chiefs. We could have easily won that game. Jaguars easily win that game. Colts easily win that game. Those are just 3 off the top of my head, and we're talking about a 5-4 team right now. Just those 3 games. Just those 3 teams that are trash. Or we can actually, play offense against the Saints, and that's another win. Or at least a close loss. This offense sucks. And that is what is so goddamn disappointing about this team is, like I just said 100 times, we are supposed to be an offensively built team. We are not built to be a top 10 defense and allow our offense to play like a bottom half unit. We can't have that. And yeah, you should say, oh, the offense shouldn't have to play elite every week. Yeah, absolutely. But is it really that hard to ask them to score 4 touchdowns with the group that we went into the season with? And even with losing Waller and Renfro, who didn't contribute much at all at the beginning of the season, or Waller didn't contribute really at all at the end of the season. And we saw what that what offense looks like. Waller, I guess, is maybe more important than you guys think. And sure, he's injured or he doesn't care. I don't really care. I don't really care about that drama. He's injured. That's what it is. Renfro's been injured this whole season. Before last season, he was never an elite receiver. He had a 1,000-yard season, and we thought he was something special. And he is a really good player, and he's really clutch, but he hasn't been that guy this season. He's been hurt and stuff like that. Then we have Davante Adams that really, in my opinion, should not matter. We have Josh Jacobs playing at an insanely high level. 21 carries for 70 yards and a touchdown today. Davante Adams, 14 targets for 9 receptions, for 126 yards and a touchdown. Playing out of his mind. And we still lose. I don't understand. How can we only score 20 points? Our offense is just not good. We're not. And it's so infuriating. Absolutely infuriating. Like I said earlier, these aren't, shootout games that we lose like we did, before. These are fucking atrociously coached teams facing each other. We're facing bottom tier teams, all picking within the top 15. Well, now the Colts aren't, but you know what I mean. And we can't win. We shit on the Texans, who are worse than us by far. I mean, they're the Texans. They're supposed to be shit. And then we beat the Broncos, who we always beat, and it was a home game, and we had a defensive touchdown, and we just had a really good game from Josh Jacobs as well. Like, we could have very easily lost that game too, if Josh Jacobs didn't just pop off that game, and our defense got a touchdown, or didn't get a touchdown. Like, our team can barely beat or really easily beat the Texans, and just lose to everyone else. How does our team go from putting up 29 against the Chiefs and coming within 1 to score? Or to win, I mean. And then just play dog shit. Like, it's insane. I cannot believe I believed in this team after the Chiefs game and then after the Texans game. And then we dropped 0 against New Orleans. Oh, this team is just trash. Just all around trash. I don't even know who to keep. And coaches, I don't know who's coach's fault, who's the player's fault. Like, it's insane. The playoff run, the miracle run that we had last year just blinded us to the dog shit that was our team. We've been building dog shit for years. We haven't drafted for shit. The only quality players that we've drafted is... Oh, someone just subscribed. I don't know if this is going to go in the recording, but I appreciate the subscription. This is a recording, but I appreciate the subscription. But, like... Going into this season, we were 10-7. We made the playoffs. We were 1 play away from being the AFC champs. But that was a terrible team. Gruden and Mayock were building nothing. They were building mediocrity at best. They couldn't hit on shit in the first round, which I don't give a shit what you say about later rounds. If you can't hit in the first, it doesn't matter what you get later on, because you're literally wasting premium picks. And at that point, just trade it for someone, because you can get traded. Like... it's baffling, and I think Raider Nation's just fallen into the trap of, oh, we're a playoff team, we just need to fix this. Like, we only fix the O-line and just get a little bit better on defense, and we'll be a playoff team again. There's way more issues on this team right now than just those 2 things. The whole defense needs to be reworked. Coaching is bad. The QB has a nice fat contract for next season, and he hasn't been playing any better than, I don't know, any other QB. He's been mid. He hasn't been bad. He's had a few bad games, but he's been playing pretty average. But what does average get you? If you're investing in this team to be an offensive team and you're building around Derek Carr and he can't perform, get rid of him. Go on, bye. We didn't invest in this offseason other than Chandler Jones That's the only name that we got. That's the only thing we did. We brought in Josh McDaniels, who's supposed to be this offensive guru, and we gave these big players big contracts with nothing left to spend on the defense. There's like a $30 to $40 million difference in defensive like structure, like or the cap space right now between the offense and defense. So you're really hoping and praying that a bunch of undrafted free agent rookies, some random veterans, and like 2 elite guys can perform, and only one of them being legitimately elite and the other guy being possibly elite in the future, in Hobbs? Like, we were hoping that rookies took the next step. We were hoping rookies would come in and just make an immediate impact. We were hoping, veterans would come in, like Chandler Jones, to make an impact. I mean, did we really think Daron Harmon was going to make us an elite defense? Like, he's been playing well. Rocky Sin's been a great get. Billings has been pretty solid. None of these pieces scream elite defense, though. Robertson's been making turnovers. Again, this doesn't scream elite defense to me. Nothing we did this offseason made it seem like we're building something special on defense. Building the Legion of Boom, or building what the Bills have or the Eagles have. Been drafting like shit on defense for years. I've had shit coaches. I still don't know what Patrick Graham is like because he's only had 1 season. Still don't know what he's like, so I'm not going to pass judgment on him yet. But there comes a time where, like I said in my car video, we just need to move on. It's time. We can't just give $30 million away to mid. We could plug a random veteran in right now, and he'd probably play as good as Carr. Maybe a little bit worse. But if you invest in the defense, all that money that you just saved, the team could be a hell of a lot better. Get a whole draft of getting great defensive picks, and maybe we can turn the ship around. But I'm telling you right now, this is gonna be a pretty painful, restart, reboot, as Mark Davis said. I don't know what the future holds for McDaniels and this coaching staff going forward. They more than likely fire Patrick Graham because they have to fire someone at some point. But I don't think they're firing McDaniels. And then again, where do we go from here with the defense? We just have to get another defensive coordinator in the building to build another defensive scheme to get his guys. So there's going to be Graham's guys, there's going to be Bradley's guys, there's going to be Gunther's guys, all playing it for a new guy's system. And I don't give a shit what you say. Players absolutely matter for a defensive coordinator in terms of role, in terms of how they play certain things and how they play different schemes. If you don't believe that, then you don't know anything about football. It is quintessential to defensive coordinators to have their guys on their team. And Graham has Gunther's people who, we know how bad Gunther's defenses were. And we have Bradley's guys who do not fit even close to what Graham runs. So again, this defense was never expected to be really good to prevent teams from dropping 25 points on average a game. So where's our offense? It's a roundabout way of just saying the offense has been extremely underperforming. We cannot expect this defense to be good because they're not. So why can't we're holding this offense we're just making excuses for this offense. For what? And making excuses for Carr and making excuses for everyone on this offense. For what? Oh, the defense is bad. That's why we can't win games. The reason why we can't win games is because we have not clutched up at all. Like I said, if we win 50% of the games that I was talking about that the offense had the ball last, we are a 5-4 football team vying for a playoff positioning right now. Not 2-7 vying for a top 2 pick. I'm done talking about this game now. There's literally nothing else I can say more. This team is disappointing. Like, it's trash. I don't know what the fuck is going to happen this offseason. I don't know what the hell is going to happen in the next few months. We're clearly not winning many more games, so I cannot wait to go to Vegas and watch them get, eviscerated by the Chargers or something like that. That's going to be fun. It's just, this team is so frustrating, so disappointing. It's ridiculous. Raider Nation has been suffering for so long, and we think we are there, and we're not. And we're just going to go back on the cycle of a different coach with the same QB, with the same trash defense all over again. A lot of shit needs to change this offseason. A lot of shit. 2 out of those 3 things need to change. So keep Carr, fire McDaniels, or keep McDaniels, and don't fix the defense. I don't know. I don't know how to fix this. I'm not a coach. I'm not a GM. All I can do is complain. That's what fans are for. Passionate as shit. And I just need more from this team in the future. I'm just praying we can actually build something. Because goddamn, we suck. Anyway. Appreciate you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like and subscribe like the guy just did in the video. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I did. Appreciate you guys so much. I'm getting flamed on Twitter right now by car stands and stuff like that for complaining about our offense, but whatever. Let me know down in the comments how you guys feel, and I hope you guys have at least try to enjoy the rest of your day and rest of your week. Peace out, Raider Nation.